So I'm surrounded by bedding, and there's a big oak tree about 30 yards in front of me that's loaded with acorns. Just about every oak tree this year is loaded with acorns. But what makes this spot different is this is the only oak in the area. So the deer are concentrated to this tree, unlike other areas where they could be going to any tree. But we got a cell cam over here. We got 2 nice bucks yesterday morning. One is called the borderline buck because he's borderline. It's going to be a game time decision on whether I shoot him or not. And the other was a real nice 3-year-old. He was super young, but he's going to be a nice buck. I don't think I'm going to shoot a doe today, unless one comes like 10 yards away, and then I might have to. But I'm excited to be out in a tree this morning, and I could hear deer walking all around me right now, so I'm going to get quiet and sit back, and hopefully something comes in. It's about 8 o'clock now. I just had that young buck come down off the hill. He stayed in the thick stuff, probably 80 yards away from me, but it's cool to see him nonetheless. It was a deer we videoed in December. He has a sweet dagger off his one base, so it's only 8 o'clock, so still got plenty of time to be in here. And, hopefully one of the bigger ones moves through. That's about enough to make you sick right there. That was the buck I was in here after at 10 yards, and I couldn't get a shot. I saw him coming, so I was ready for him. I had my bow. I'm a right-handed shooter out of the saddle, so I'd like him to come here under the oak like they did yesterday. They came from this side, so I got spun around like this and was waiting for him to come. The doe came first, and that thing was so close. Too close. I was out 5 yards, and then I hear footsteps behind her, and I look and I see a nice buck. So I'm like, geez, I better get my bow. I got my bow up. I'm videoing that buck. Then I notice another buck behind it, and that was a borderline buck. And I don't think he's very borderline. That's a shooter for sure. He came 10 yards. Right here, the only problem is, since I was expecting my shots to be over here, this is where I have my camera arm. So it was impossible for me to get my bow drawn because the camera arm is right in the way. And I was thinking about moving my camera arm, but I couldn't move my camera arm. But not with them that close, I couldn't move at all. The smaller of the two bucks caught a whiff of me, I think. My wind is going this way, which is directly away from them, but it's only at like 2 miles per hour, so I'm pretty sure that one caught a whiff. He trotted up on the hill and was standing there at 60 yards. Both the bucks were standing there at 60 yards while this doe was still out in front of me, and then eventually they all worked up over the hill. Self-filming's hard. It's hard enough to get them on camera, let alone even getting a shot off. It's fun, good encounter. So close, but not close enough.